What's up, guys? I'm Jesse.
I'm Kevin.
And this is Chilumbo.
Our 2014 136-inch Ram ProMaster.
This content is sponsored by Outdoorsy. Through Outdoorsy, you can rent your camper van out to make extra cash, and you can rent a van to try van life before you commit.
So we bought the van back in June of 2020, and it took us about 8 months to build out. We did it in my mom's driveway in New Jersey.
Yeah, full-time jobs. Spent every other moment outside of it during the pandemic building it, and we've loved it ever since.
And I've always worked remote pretty much for the past few years, so just having a lifestyle where I could work wherever I wanted and see whatever I wanted was really appealing.
Yeah, I travel a lot for work, so to be able to bring her with me sometimes and get to experience all the flexibility and adventure of our van and van life, it's just been amazing.
Starting with our entryway, we have our light switch right up the front on a dimmer, so it's right here when we get into the van. We have this extendable tabletop here. We use it for extra counter space, or we'll sometimes work here. Enjoy the view that we have. We have a little charging port here as well. This is our sink with running water, which is super exciting. Our sink is 14 inches, which honestly is a perfect size. I wanted a bigger sink, but I'm really happy that we didn't go that route. We use this also to shower, so sometimes we'll shower outside, and then if we need to shower inside, we do have a setup. It's just this little bin here with a shower curtain. It expands up, so we'll take that out and use these little hooks that hook right to the ceiling, and we'll help each other shower.
So we have a 25-gallon water tank in the back. Here is our water system, and we don't really use the water heater too much, to be honest. I know a lot of people get it installed, but we've been able to wash the dishes and everything and not have a problem with cold water. So we have this 2-burner propane stove. It's flexible to cook inside the van or outside. And then also down here we have an extra storage for an umbrella. We have our hammock that we post up with. Over
here we have a little bit of counter space, a couple outlets. We have a switch right here, which is just this light if we want just some dim lighting. Our gauge right here measures the amount of water we have left in our freshwater tank, so we always know when we have to fill up. Then this area is just our little bathroom area, so we have some toiletries and stuff in these drawers. And then below, we have our toilet. So we decided to go with the Nature's Head composting toilet. It's about $1,000, but it is so worth it. You can poop and pee in it. There's a separate section for pee, so that we just empty that whenever it gets full. And then the back portion, you can poop in it. We try and really only use it for emergencies, but it works. I'll send Kevin on a little walk if I have to. We have to empty the pee jug maybe once a week, and then the composting part, because we really try not to use it that often, we have to switch out about every 6 months. One of my requirements for the van build was having a closet so I can store some dresses, some jackets. So here's my little getting ready area. I have my mirror here and all of my clothes. Kevin has a few things in here, but I kind of take it over. I keep my makeup bag and some accessories. One of my favorite parts of our kitchen is our slide-out pantry. I had visions of what this would look like before we built the van, and I love how it came out. So we have all our mason jars, very aesthetically pleasing. A lot of stuff that we use kind of on a daily basis go in here, pretty easily accessible. We keep our propane here as well, fits nicely, won't rattle around. For our camp stove. So this is one of our biggest storage drawers in the kitchen. We store a lot of random food items, a lot of stuff that can get hot. A lot of these cabinets up here tend to get a little hot because they're not as insulated. So we'll just keep some random things in here. We have our utensil drawer right here. Just a few basic items that we need, pretty much one pan for everything, our plates. Up above we have our upper cabinets. So here we have my AeroPress, I have a French press as well, just some bowls and miscellaneous items. So I know I've said every part of this van is my favorite, but my real favorite part is our little kitchen nook over here. It took us a really long time to figure out how to get these little nooks back here. So we have one for our oven, which fits right into that space, and then one that we use for our little spices, oils, and cookbooks. Our backsplash here too is something we get a lot of comments on. It's actually painted and not tile, so we use the stencil to paint everything. I know a lot of people have used tile in their van. I've heard it's expensive and heavy. Adding the grout isn't that much fun. Not that using a stencil was either. For the stencil, I actually used a sponge and blotched it onto each individual portion instead of using a paintbrush. That way I kept it not looking streaky and also didn't get the colors to like merge with each other. For our oven, we honestly don't use it that often because it does draw a lot of power. But like we mentioned before, we have the portable stovetop, which is really great. It doesn't take up any counter space when we're not using it, so we have all of the space.
So we have a Dometic CFX 75, the big boy. We have it here on latches, so when we drive it's not sliding out, but we have it on heavy duty sliders. It stores a lot. We're able to eat pretty fresh. It can convert to a freezer. We can control the temperature to, you know, any digit. So it's really nice and convenient, the top loading, so that way, you know, it's easy to get stuff instead of things falling out from a, you know, a traditional fridge. We have power by the sun. We have 400 watts of Renogy panels, and it basically powers these two 100 amp hour lithium batteries from Battleborn. That powers this panel here. That's a DC panel as well as an AC brake panel, and the AC side of it is driven by the 2000 watt MultiPlus Connect, the Victron. We also have a solar charge controller from Victron as well, and a battery to battery charger. Got it all compact in here to be able to access it relatively easily. This is kind of just the electrical closet. So a lot of this can be monitored as well from my phone. It's Bluetooth, you know, so you can check your status of the batteries, of the solar panels, how much charge they're pulling in.
Living together has been great. If anything, the toughest part was probably the build, because neither of us knew what we were doing, and we both thought we were doing everything, you know, our way was the right way. So that was the toughest part, but living together has been really awesome.
Just like anything in life, van life has its challenges sometimes, and sometimes between, you know, the two people living it, you have your ups and downs, but nothing compares to the adventure with your best friend, with the person you've made commitment to. It's just been a roller coaster ride, to say the least, and all the good. So having a shorter van, we had to utilize the space, and we went with a convertible back area. We basically have this day mode set up where we have the ability to lounge and work and just kind of hang out with more open space, and then at night we convert it to a bed, and it's worked for us, you know, given the space. We have to make use of it. We've actually created a step where we have our shoes, so we're able to store our shoes and we can access them, you know, with this drawer or just slide them in. We have a map of some places that Chilumbo has traveled. Jessie keeps her crochet and earrings, craft materials in this ottoman, and over here, this back area is where all of our storage is underneath, accessible from up here as well as from the back doors.
So this is our table. We do have a mount to lift this up so we can sit and work, but when it's time to switch into night mode, we just slide it into this little space. Our two cushions from the back come forward, and we have an almost queen-size bed. So this is our bed. It is just a little bit smaller than a queen. We bought a short queen-sized memory foam mattress, and we just cut it to fit. We cut it into each separate piece, and we just got some upholstery fabric and had one of my friends helped us out to create coverings for each. They all have zippers on the underside, so we can take them off, wash them. We sleep with our heads over here. One, we don't want to wake up and bang them on our cabinets. We also have a window over here which gives us a nice breeze with our fan.
So we decided to put our shore power inside. To be honest, we haven't used it that much. We get all of our power from the sun, and we've been okay so far, but we just did this for a little bit more stealth on the outside. All that storage I showed you from the inside and the benches is also accessible from the back. So we have a foldable table, chairs, some inflatables for the bay. We have our inflatable kayak, a steel off of Amazon, great stuff. Just, you know, we take that into the bay as well. We got other storage bags. Our water tanks under here, and just, you know, that's all our water stuff. And then a great little feature for cooking outside or just working out our stand-up desk. Here's a table for the outside. Well, thanks for checking out our van.
If you guys want to check out more, check us out on our Instagram, 2 Humans, 1 Van. We're happy to answer any questions you might have, and we hope to see you on the road.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.